Lawrence rolling, throwing, touchdown! Hunter Long! A 30-yard punt inside their own 10. The Jags take over. Etienne is loose. That's still good. Travis Etienne. Can he go all the way? No. Christian Roseboom brought him down around the 15-yard line.
And what a good job Liam Coleman has done coaching his quarterback.
Extra pressure picked up. He's going to go to the middle of the field, and the catch is made inside the 30. De'Ami Brown. Big play, Carolina defense. See if they can get it back for their offense. Lawrence has time. Threads the needle at the 30, and that's a first down for Jacksonville. De'Ami Brown. That was Sam Martin, the punter, who does the kickoffs. He tried that onside kick, and now you want to chew up the clock and get more yardage inside the 35-yard line. Goes Travis Etienne. Etienne, there he goes, another first down inside the 20.
Third down, 3 to go. Lawrence with time, slings near side, it is caught. De'Ami Brown, the former Washington Commander, brings it in. A lot of new toys, as you mentioned it, for Lawrence. First snap in plus territory. Zinging over the middle, there's Thomas. Slides at the 25. So Brian Thomas has already exceeded his week 1 reception total. Takes the snap. Lawrence, pocket, rifles, back of the end zone, holding. De'Ami Brown pays it off. A smooth opening drive for Jacksonville. Jags back at the 30. Lawrence again with time. Contested ball at the 10. Parker Washington climbs the ladder. Logan Ryan, Chris Lewis, Tiffany Blackman on the sideline. Second down and 1. With Munt in motion, they run that way with Etienne. Had a monster week 1, and Etienne still going inside the 15. Bumped out of bounds by Jordan Battle. Second down and 7. Check down. What a move by Tootin. Oh my! Scoots into the end zone with a dazzling move. LaQuint Allen Jr. in at running back, the rookie from Syracuse. With the pass protection to set up this crossing route. Parker Washington. Big play and makes one miss by the sideline. Etienne in motion, they throw it that direction with Brown leading the way, blocking. Etienne turns up the field. Touchdown Jacksonville. 11-yard score, Travis Etienne. Play action, Lawrence. Couple receivers running deep, including Thomas. Just his 3rd grab. Lawrence looks the other way. Throws that direction, right in stride, and a first down. That does it. Well, they do get it off.
Here we go, this play's still alive.
With a penalty marker in, Washington zigzags. Blockers in front, flips back. Etienne has some space. Harrison lays down a block. He flips it, deflected. And Jake Browning leads the comeback.
About this new staff, obviously the turnovers that he wants to correct. It's been a major Achilles heel in his career as he completes here to the tight end, Brenton Strange.
To put them in a 3rd and 3 situation.
This is where you need your franchise quarterback to deliver. He gets it to Washington, breaking tackles. First down and more for the Jags. Lawrence protected. Lawrence delivers a strike. Thomas.
A secondary bust, and you give Jacksonville their biggest play of the game.
Etienne, and he's in for the Jacksonville touchdown.
Etienne. Nice cut. Big run. Etienne with a nice move, and he breaks free for the touchdown.
48-yard strike from Travis Etienne.
With his playing experience, he's got to be smart with the football right here.
And Lawrence is going to throw a pass for Hunter. Did he hold on to that one at the 35? Fake to Thomas, toss it to Etienne. And a good run for Travis Etienne. And it's Diamador Lenore catching up to him to prevent a touchdown. It ends up being an 18-yard run for Travis.
Play action on Mexico. And wide open is Thomas. Flag on the play. And Thomas is down inside the 10.
They've got nothing going with Etienne tonight.
Four-man rush. Lawrence takes off. Good run. First down, diving to the 45. Play clock at 1. Lawrence going to step through and get the first down and more. Front down near the 15. End zone. Touchdown. Washington.
Well, I think Anton Harrison, I think he's a rising star. He just gets better and better. Hopefully he'll be okay and be able to return.
Extra man on the rush. Lawrence is able to float it. And Hunter makes the catch. Second and 8. Lawrence steps through. Wants to go. Touchdown Jaguars. Lawrence for Thomas. Oh, he dropped it in. Catch is made. And the first of the second half for Brian Thomas Jr. Second pass interference call against the Chiefs tonight. It's first and goal with 30 seconds left. Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown Jacksonville.
Loss of 7, back to third down now and 16 from their own 46. He has time and open down the sideline. Hauled in at the 35 is Brian Thomas Jr. Looked like his dance moves on draft day. A pickup of 14. Lawrence open, and that should be good for a touchdown. Brian Thomas Jr. is in for Jacksonville. That's Hunter in motion. Exceptional audio pre-snap as Lawrence floating one open, and the catch. Let's check his feet. Brian Thomas Jr. hauls that in. Hughes, LaQuint Allen Jr., the rookie, is in at running back. They need 4. Pressure coming. He got rid of it. A time it open at the 40. It's a first down. Parker Washington stumbling. And inside the 40 of Seattle. See where they rule him down. Hunter moving to the top of your screen. Lawrence is going to have to get rid of it, and caught! He's headed to the end zone! Touchdown Jacksonville, Tim Patrick! And Trevor Lawrence dancing around made that happen.
Time in the air, and we feel our guys can just show up and play a game, and they've done well so far.
Massive 3rd and 10. Lawrence steps through and finds Brian Thomas open. Instead, it's on their own 9-yard line to start this drive. Lawrence from his end zone, deep over the middle. He's got Brown. Big gain. Lawrence off the play fake, steps up. He's got room. Makes a move on Landman. Gets out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Gain of 15. 5th sack of the day. No sacks for Jacksonville. Nice grab by Trevor. Nice grab by Travis Hunter from Trevor Lawrence right there. That's a first down grab. And the Jaguars are just going fast.
Getting more touches, 8 to 10 touches. We only got 5 so far.
50 yards on the day for Hunter. Lawrence from Washington, who makes that grab. Lawrence looking for Hunter. Flag down. Touchdown. Travis Hunter. It's a major concern for Jacksonville, you'd think, going into their bye week, as there's a handoff to Etienne, who gets a first down carry and more. 4th and 10 for the Jaguars offense. Lawrence connects to Travis Hunter. Nice grab. Curl on the coverage.
Lawrence with time, and Parker Washington. Lawrence. And the catch at midfield. He held on. Parker Washington having a big first half. Open at the 45. Parker Washington glides across midfield. The pitch. Etienne gets the first down and falls inside the 10. A gutsy call by Liam Cohen. Lawrence will keep. Trevor Lawrence to the end zone, and with his legs gets a Jags touchdown. A QB draw when they needed it the most. On a 2nd and 4, the pitch to Etienne, and Etienne will get the first down. Travis Etienne with a 1st and goal. Pressure coming. Lawrence dumps it off to Etienne, and he's hit hard, but Etienne keeps going. Across the 46-yard line and a fresh set of downs for the Jags. On 4th and goal, reaching across, touchdown! Trevor Lawrence. The Jags have the lead in overtime.
If they get one-on-ones, looks like Will might have one up top. Lawrence, he will fire back of the end zone. It's handled. Parker Washington. Fantastic grab for the touchdown. With possession here in the 2nd quarter. Handoff to Etienne. Slithers through. Etienne keeps the legs churning and nearly broke away. Jacksonville on a 3rd and 20. Lawrence fires. He's open. And it's caught. Travel. 2nd and 6. Lawrence looks that way. Hits Etienne. Accelerates. Nice catch and run. The line of scrimmage is the Houston 34. Lawrence will throw. A laser beam is caught. Lawrence will operate from the gun. It's a handoff. Etienne knifes his way for the score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Lawrence will operate from the gun. Deep drop. Lawrence steps up.
There it is.
He's going to run.
There it is.
Lawrence ducks out of bounds as he hits the 45.
They're enjoying 2-3 yards before they get tackled by linebackers or safeties.
Wildcat. Etienne takes the direct snap. Etienne bangs his way in for the Jacksonville touchdown. So a little trickery from Cohen. How does this thing end? 1st and goal. Lawrence in, touchdown.
Opportunity for some sneaky play action from Jacksonville.
Fake the pitch to the end zone. Tim Patrick and the Jacksonville Jaguars starting to flex.
A sense coming into this game. And so you can see that when you put pressure.
Etienne blockers. That's a 1st down run. Touchdown.
Could really build off of.
On 2nd and 8. Play action. Dangerous little moment as Lawrence fires from the end zone and completes Brenton Strange. What a sight for sore eyes he is for this Jacksonville offense. 1st and 5 after the penalty. As Etienne busting free. It's a foot race inside Arizona territory, all the way down to the 14-yard line. Denzel Burke may have saved a touchdown as Etienne rings him up for 50.
Here today against the Cardinals.
Almost 192 net rushing yards last week. Etienne doing it as a receiver. Etienne gonna bust his way in for the Jacksonville touchdown.
They're going to blitz somebody or drop everybody back.
Here they come. Lawrence again under the pressure. Lawrence tucks it away. He's going to run for it. First down and a lot more as he turns the corner. He's got that sneaky ability to scramble.
Spiro on Lawrence scrambling with his legs on third down.
Heavy blitz. Lawrence has to work quickly into the end zone. It's Myers for the touchdown. High-level play by Lawrence. Play action, Lawrence to the end zone. Lawrence finding Washington with a surgical pass. Jacksonville in front.
I didn't anticipate overtime, but here we go.
Lawrence to the air on first down, and he completes. It's Washington. Boy, the chemistry building with those two. First career sack for Kevin Winston, the rookie. Lawrence steps up after they lost 10. Everyone covered down the field, tucks it away. Going to get to the 50, so they'll be well shy of the first down marker. They needed the Tennessee 44. Titans bring 5. Lawrence slings one up the seam, and it's caught. Diving snatch. Parker Washington emerging more as a pass catcher in this offense.
He is looking to Parker Washington, and he normally comes through with those big catches.
So fresh set of downs for Jacksonville. Play action from Lawrence. Over the middle, completes again. Myers has a convoy. Myers all the way down to the 5-yard line. So Denard Wilson, defensive coordinator. What does he dial up with this defense? 3rd and goal. Lawrence, end zone, caught. Myers for the Jacksonville touchdown. Throw it up 7-3 as we begin the second quarter here in Nashville. Lawrence from the gun, protected, throws towards the end zone, wide open. Strange touchdown.
2nd and goal. Handoff. Etienne slicing through. Touchdown. Jaguars. And a key block from Strange as they take advantage of the Jones INT. Yeah, look at the wheels. Lawrence going to take a shot downfield, and it's hauled in. What a grab by Thomas. Stride for stride. Ward was there, but there. Etienne in the backfield sets up to the side of Lawrence on a first down. 2.5 to go in the first. Lawrence looking end zone. Wide open. Touchdown. Jacoby Myers of Indianapolis. Lawrence on a give. Oh, the cut to the outside. Etienne to the Etienne zone. Touchdown. Lawrence is 0 of 4 in the second quarter as the rain picked up. Lawrence steps up. He throws. Deep shot. He's got his man. Tim Patrick. First down, Jacksonville. Now 3rd and goal. From the Indianapolis 8. 15 seconds on the clock. Lawrence in the pocket. Cannot take a sack. Lawrence throws. Touchdown. Penalty marker down. Tim Patrick on the receiving end. In our conversations with them, Lawrence put it up in the air and over the shoulder grab by Brian Thomas Jr.
Well, this is the 9th play of the drive. It's been a good mixture. Myers comes in motion. Off the play fake to Etienne. They throw it to the back of the end zone. Caught! Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jags. It's only his 2nd score of the year, but it puts the Jags on the board. Now, the very popular LaQuint Allen, 7th rounder, is in the backfield for the Jags. He's an excellent blocker out of Syracuse. Lawrence is in trouble. trying to get away. Flags come flying. Lawrence can run for a little bit. Lawrence can run for a score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. And both running backs are in the game. Etienne comes in motion on first down into the backfield. Lawrence looks left, throws left, and he's got Tootin. And he rolls right on into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. On third down, Lawrence rolling the pocket, just throws it up for grabs, and it's caught inside the 20-yard line. Parker Washington somehow got open. I don't know how. Lawrence with McDonald chasing him, steps up in the pocket, he'll run through the middle. He's got daylight. He makes one man miss and then falls forward close to the 32-yard line on second down. He trips to the bottom. He's looking for Etienne, and Etienne with the diving grab. Touchdown, Jaguars.
But it can't be this easy to just run first down play action and get 10-plus yards.
And particularly after last week when the Dolphins were able to do it so much with their tight ends. Off the play fake, Lawrence rolls the pocket. Pressure coming from the backside. Looking long. Pass is complete inside the 25-yard line to Brian Thomas. Who got it? Second down and goal. Middle of the field. Pass is complete. Etienne into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars. Second receiving touchdown of the day for Etienne.
But to be able to throw the deep shots, the bombs to Brian Thomas Jr. is huge.
Well, they're going to throw it again. Etienne inside the 40, high stepping inside the 35, makes a man miss at the 33, along the sidelines, into the end zone. Stevens missed a tackle, but he wasn't alone. It's a 45-yard touchdown pass from Lawrence to Etienne.
3rd and 3. Lawrence floating for the end zone. Washington with the catch. He had Jaquan McMillan draped all over him and somehow secures it for 6. First down and 10 from the 49. Off the play fake. Lawrence looking, floats it out. It's his tight end, Strange, to the 26, his 3rd catch of the afternoon. This one for 23. And Parker Washington today, the pitch to Etienne on the edge, breaks a tackle, now weaving into space. Etienne, an ankle tackle, saves the touchdown at the 3. Lawrence looking for Strange to the end zone, diving catch, touchdown Jacksonville. Lawrence to the sideline. He's got Washington, a first down and more for Jacksonville. 1st and goal. Lawrence will keep. Lawrence will walk in, and the Jaguars lead once more. 3rd and 3. 4-man Denver rush. It's Washington. First down and more. Parker Washington on the run inside the 25. Veering around Singleton. Weaving to the 10. Jaguars with the big play. 63 yards, and it's first down Jacksonville. And now 1st and goal at the 10. Etienne out of the backfield. On the edge, the cutback, the broken tackle, the touchdown for Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence 4 for 4 for 116 yards on 3rd down. Broncos bring the heat. It's Washington again. Breaks away from contact. Washington out of bounds at the 5. Riley Moss was right there. He couldn't wrap him up.
Colts blitzed him a ton when they faced him about a month ago. Gets rid of it to Parker Washington, coming off a career game against the Broncos. 3rd and 3, Lawrence pressured. Lawrence breaks through. He'll run it. Touchdown Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence sneaks through, avoids the sack, and finds the end zone. Hit from just about anywhere in the building. Flag is down. Lawrence stepped away from Latu. Kept on going to midfield before Nick Cross tackled him.
The coverage has been good, but they haven't been able to account for Trevor Lawrence as a scrambler.
They're more of a cautious rush right here. Delivers for Washington, who's got it. Threads it through for 20 yards into a tight window. They've got more wins than anybody besides the Rams against teams with winning records. They've been doing it on the road. They've been blowing teams out. Touch throw right there for Brian Thomas in 16 yards. 3rd and 10. Blitz out of the secondary. Steps into it and a perfect strike. Washington's got it with a flag down. Washington reversing field. Afterburners. 1st and goal. He's had a look in his eye the last couple weeks. 1st and goal for the Jags. Quarterback draw. Trevor Lawrence. 2nd time today. A rushing touchdown. 1st time today. Jacksonville leads. Chance Evan Ingram was the guy the last couple years. Etienne. Space off the left side and a 1st down to the 36. Everybody bunched inside defensively for the Colts. Speed option. Etienne with a block from Myers. A 1st down.
Named to his 4th Pro Bowl, one of 2 Pro Bowlers for the Tennessee Titans. Lawrence sitting back, has a man. Brian Thomas Jr. with a deep connection into Tennessee territory. Lawrence, shot to the end zone for Washington, touchdown! Looked like a Drew Brees chip shot. They just get the snap off. Lawrence has a man. It is Brian Thomas Jr., or beg your pardon, Jacoby Myers inside the 40-yard line. Plus the Simmons penalty sets up 1st and goal. Lawrence, end zone, open man, touchdown, Brenton Strange.
They've really played pretty well today and gotten after Trevor Lawrence a bit.
This time, though, he delivers on target for Washington. Oh, this looks like the play he made against Denver a couple of weeks ago. He takes it past the 40 to the 42. Go right back to that jumbo set. And the rookie Bashal Tootin is the back. Lawrence the fake, floats it out there. It is a touchdown. It's Quinton Morris. His 1st as a Jacksonville Jaguar. He needed 248 yards to get there. Lawrence might get it right here. It is Washington. It's 4,000.
Followed your line. They went with Etienne. He's got the 1st down out to the 40, ridden down by Jordan Poyer. Trevor's going to go up top, going to throw it. End zone! Got a touchdown with Brian Thomas Jr. from Jacksonville, the 1st to find the end zone. Out of the end zone. In trouble. Spins around, gets out of there, and takes off for a 1st down. Look at Trevor Lawrence. That was huge. Again, the longest ever at the Raiders, 68 yards. Here's Lawrence pulling it down. Yes! Do it. Oh, what a catch by Washington.
They got to get up there and
get down. They're not going to make it.
I don't think they can.
Toss to Etienne. Etienne has an opening. Etienne slashing his way inside the 30. 2nd and goal, 6 yards away from the lead. Here's Lawrence. Zips it. In zone. Caught. Touchdown. Parker Washington. From 27-0 down, led by Lawrence in a wild card game a couple years back. Here he throws on 2nd and 10. Wide open. It's Washington. Somehow no one was near him. And the Jaguars are set up at the Buffalo 25. He's rolling right. Loves to throw it this way. Flicks it. Etienne. He's in for the touchdown. And Jacksonville takes the lead again.